Hey guys, what's up? Russ here with episode 6 of going through my comic book collection. Today is the last full DC box, and I have a little more DC in that box along with some indie books. But this box is Batman and Batman related books and The Flash. So let's jump right into this thing. Kicking it off with one of my all-time favorite Batgirl covers. This was Middleton. It's issue 25. Absolutely love this cover. Yo, what's up, Fanboy Prime? How you doing, man? But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Middleton. I know he did a string of covers for Batgirl, and one of them was awesome. I think it was issue 23, but I missed out on that one. But personally, I like this cover a little bit more. I don't know if you heard at the start, but this is a Batman related box, so I'm sure you'll love it, fanboy. Yo, what's up, Jackson? Can't stay, but I'll check out the show later. I appreciate that, man. Hope you have a great day. It's the eyes on that Middleton Batgirl cover? Probably. This, I'm not sure who did this cover. It kind of looks like maybe Art Germ. But this is Batgirl issue 26 from the New 52 era. Love that cover too. I've only got 3 Batgirl books in my collection. This is issue 31. I'm pretty sure this is Art Germ. This was back when I was just doing some cover buys. I want to say 2018 maybe. Now we're getting into a little bit of Catwoman. I've only got a few issues of Catwoman as well. I've got issue 1 from the 90s series by Balin. This is probably my all-time favorite version of Catwoman still to this day. I love this costume. A very close second is Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman for Batman Returns, but this is easily my all-time favorite version of Catwoman right here. I used to have at least 20, maybe 30 issues in this run back in the day, but it was part of the books I had to sell off. But I found this one in a dollar bin a couple years back. That's a run I never really put back together, though. Speaking of Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman, here's issue 15. And my buddy Simon from Australia sent me this book. It's kind of hard to see because it's a lot of black on the cover and leather, but that's an awesome cover. And I'm pretty sure this is another one that came from Simon. It's Catwoman issue 34. And I think this might be Jenny Frison. Yeah, this one definitely came from Simon. He threw in a little sketch on the backing board. Teen Titans Go version of Nightwing. That was that was when we did the rip-off show on Simply Super. Here's a set of books I bought from my buddy Trix Comics over on Instagram. He had these for sale super cheap, and they just jumped out at me. It's some Michael Turner. It's Harley Quinn issue 1 from Rebirth. This is probably the only version of Harley Quinn that I actually like. I love that original look from the animated series. Not really a fan of like the newer Harley Quinn costumes, but this classic I love this cover, and it was Michael Turner. And this is the black and white like sketch variant of the cover. Those look pretty cool. I got some Robin coming up. This is Tim Drake Robin from 1993, issue 1. That's funny. Tim Drake was Robin when I first started reading the Batman comics, because I started reading Batman shortly after the Death of Superman story concluded. I switched over to Batman just in time to see him getting his back broken. Here's Robin issue 2. Issue 3. Tim Drake, probably my favorite Robin. I guess just because he was a Robin when I first started reading these books. But I love Dick Grayson as Nightwing. It jumped from issue 3 to issue 8. This was part of Night's End, the story I was mentioning earlier, where Bruce Wayne just was coming back, I think, at this point. And I don't know how many people like this version of Nightwing's costume, but I really like that version. We got Robin issue 9, Aftermath. Nightfall, probably to this day, is still my all-time favorite Batman storyline. All right, now we're getting into some Batman books. Starting off with an 80-page giant. This is Batman issue 182, which I believe is just a collection. 6 big bizarre adventures. This is a collection of older Batman stories reprinted. I always have a hard time seeing the issue number on this one because it's the same color as the background up here. But this is Batman issue 196. Some Silver Age goodness here. And this currently this is the oldest Batman in my collection, I think. I've got a Silver Age Detective Comics in here somewhere too. Appreciate that, brother. Here's a 100-pager, Batman issue 254. That cool little Man-Bat cover. Batman issue 262. Batman issue 271. Here's one I picked up. I'm pretty sure I bought this from Barbarian Kung Fu a few years back. This is Batman 368. The first time Jason Todd became Robin. It's not Jason Todd's first appearance. That was in an earlier issue, but I'm pretty sure this is the issue where he first became Robin. Scored that from Barbarian Kung Fu for a really great deal. I believe he only wanted $15 for it. Here we have Batman, The New Adventures, issue 413. Cool samurai cover. Appreciate that, fanboy. Yeah, for a while I was trying to get as many. I went through a phase where I was just getting keys for a little while. And when I couldn't get the first appearance of a character, I would try to get like maybe their first appearance in costume because it was a little bit cheaper. Right, this next is a 4-part story. It's Batman Year 3. This is issue 436. And I'm pretty sure that this is the story that was the introduction of Tim Drake. But Tim Drake had like a couple different appearances, I think, because he had one where he was in the old Robin costume. Here's issue 437. And he had another first appearance where he was in his new costume. I can't remember the issue number on that, but I think it was a Scarecrow issue. I remember Batman was like hanging upside down, and there was spiders or something crawling on him. Here's Batman 438. And 439. Here's Batman 441. I think this is a double because I've got the Lonely Place of Dying storyline further up in this box, the whole storyline. So this must be a double. It might have been. I can't remember now. It might have been Lonely Place of Dying. It was why am I like Tim Drake? Yeah, it might have been that one, not Batman Year 3. Some of these stories bleed together on me. Here's Batman 443. Batman 444. This is a cool cover. Just Batman hanging out on one of the, I want to say gargoyle, but it's just like a statue. Just a cool Batman cover. Here's issue 446. Here's Batman 447. This is a great Joker cover. Batman issue 450. I never did pick up issue 451. This was like a 2-part Joker story where it's like his partial origin, I think, was revealed, if I remember right. But 451 is another great Joker cover, too. I still need to get that one in my collection. Here's one I found in the dollar bins a few years back. It's Batman issue 476. Another pretty cool cover. We got Batman 488. Cool Azrael cover. And now we're getting into some Nightfall. What's that? Double? Okay, there's a couple doubles. It's Batman. Oh, this is the second print. Okay. The second print of Batman 492, the beginning of Nightfall. And then Batman 500. This was after Azrael, Gene Paul Valley took over. Those are out of order because they're just doubles in the collection. Here's Batman 514. This is an awesome cover. Got the battle damaged Batman walking down the halls, walking down the walking down the street. All right, now here's yeah, I got the whole Nightfall story in order. All right, this is the first print of 492. Here's Detective Comics 659. Nightfall, like I was saying earlier, it's got to be still to this day my all-time favorite Batman storyline. Again, that's probably just because it's the first one I ever read coming off of the death of Superman. But you can't, for me, you can't beat Nightfall when you're talking Batman stories. Here's Batman 493. Detective Comics 660. Not looking too good for Robin in this one. Got Batman 494. Cool Scarecrow and Joker cover on this one. Some of these covers are pretty wild from Nightfall, the way the art is, but I kind of dig it. Nostalgic for me. Here's Detective Comics 661. Then we got Batman 495. The nice Poison Ivy cover. Again, like Batman's the ears on Batman and the like incredibly stretched out like abs and torso. It's pretty wild. But this was on my wall for a long time on the other back wall where the bookshelves are now. But a lot of people wouldn't like that art, and it is kind of weird looking, but I love it, man. Here's Detective Comics 662. Kind of a cool Nightmare Batman cover. Reminds me of the ending of Arkham Knight. If you like 100% of the game, you got like a Nightmare Batman ending. It's pretty cool. Here's Batman issue 496. Here's Detective Comics 663. Some hashtag rats for you. We've got Batman issue 497. This is the issue where Bane finally breaks Batman. There's a couple versions of this. There's one without the insert on it. Now, I'm not sure if the one without the insert is still a first print or not. It might just be like a first print newsstand edition, maybe. But I remember reading this back in the day, man, and just getting chills, seeing Batman actually get defeated. And to be honest, it looks like this would have broke his back. The giant, like, penny falling on him down here in the corner. But this was such a cool issue. There's the actual page. Awesome image right there. I came into comics at such a crazy time, man. Superman was dead. Batman got his back broke. Hal Jordan flipped out and became Parallax. Yo, what's up, comics fan? I didn't see you pop in, man. Hope you're having a good one. Here's Detective Comics 664. Sorry for not voting more often today. I'm sure he doesn't mind. Not sure if he's still here or not. Too many Batman books might have drove him away. Here's this is actually an annual Two-Face 7 or Showcase number 7, but it ties in with Nightfall. And Showcase Annual 8 or Issue 8 again ties in with Nightfall. Love the cover on this one, man. It's pretty awesome. Almost a in the gauntlet there, almost like a Wolverine homage for when Hulk was reflecting in his claws. That's what it reminds me of, anyways. Here's another great Catwoman cover, Batman 498. Like to send him pictures of Batman beating Superman. I'm sure he loves that. Got Detective Comics 665. This was after Gene Paul Valley took over, it kind of started to go a little crazy. Just beating the crap out of the thug with a 2x4 with some nails in it. Robin just back there like, yo, chill, Batman. It's not that serious. It was just a parking ticket. Got Batman issue 499 here. Got Detective Comics issue 666. Getting close to the end of Nightfall. And let's see. Batman issue 500. This was the kind of, I don't know if you call it chrome. Yeah, I guess kind of. But I remember when they finally came out with the Asbat costume. Dude, I think I was, see, what year? Was this still 93? Yeah, 93. So I was still 13 at the time. That costume, I freaking love that costume, dude. So cool. Yo, what's up, old wolf? How's it going, man? All right, now here's the full Lonely Place of Dying storyline. This is the one, this is the one where I think where Tim Drake came in and became Robin. I got it mixed up earlier with Batman Year 3, I think. It's going. I feel that, man. In Batman issue 440, part 1 of A Lonely Place of Dying. This is such a good storyline. I definitely recommend reading it if you haven't. I need to read it again because it's been a couple years. But it crosses over with the Teen Titans issue 60. or the New Titans issue 60 rather. Goes back to Batman issue 441. It goes back to New Titans issue 61. And Batman 442 to end that storyline. Hey, Kenneth, what's going on? Hope you're having a great Saturday, man. Here we got, this is actually a book Fanboy Prime sent my way. It was, what was it, a page puncher? It came with a little Batman figure and a reprint of Batman 608. Awesome Jim Lee cover. Such a cool cover on this. Here's one I picked up. Shadow of the Bat, issue 1. This is still sealed in the poly bag. I found this in a dollar bin, dude. It was the first appearance of Victor Zsasz. I wanted to open it just to check out all the stuff, but I kept it sealed. It came with a ton of cool stuff. It's got a Arkham Asylum pop-up, a couple of full-color posters, official blueprint of Arkham Asylum, and a bookmark. But yeah, I scored this for $1. First appearance of Victor Zsasz. Definitely an underappreciated villain, I think. Here we have Shadow of the Bat, issue 17. Appreciate that, comics fan. And here we have Detective Comics issue 359, the first appearance of Barbara Gordon Batgirl. But this one's a facsimile, not the real deal. I've always wanted to get the real deal, but it's just way too expensive. And I really wanted to read the story, so when the facsimile came out, I jumped on it. And it's a really cool story, actually. Here we have Detective Comics issue 403. And this kind of looks like it might be a Neil Adams cover, but I'm not 100% sure. Sometimes I look at it and think it might be, and other times I look at it and just, I don't know. But still a cool cover. Here we have Detective Comics issue 448. And I think this might be Talia al Ghul on the cover. Looks like Jim shooting Batman and then Batman shooting Talia. If that's Talia al Ghul, I'm not sure. Yo, Lady Prime's in the house. I thought you were boycotting my streams because of the Chris Jericho situation. Close enough to enjoy the story. Here's Detective Comics issue 484. These are all out of order, by the way. Booing because you're a Jericho hater. I wasn't always. Not a big fan of the Learning Tree version of Chris Jericho, but he's probably moved on to something else by now. Here's Detective Comics 607. I think what I miss is when he did the Lion Tamer finishing move back before he changed it, and it just became like a regular like Boston Crab. But when he used to do that high angle Lion Tamer version of it, that was a cool finishing move. I thought it was kind of lame when they switched it to just like a Boston Crab or something. Detective 654. Stopped being a fan of Jericho when he started his slob look. The whole like learning tree thing I thought was ridiculous. But I remember when he started back in WCW as just the Lionheart. He had some great matches on there, man. It's a shame that he never that they never really let him run with the ball over there. But it did wonders for his career going to WWE. Detective Comics 667. Another cool Azrael Batman cover. And this is probably one of my favorite covers of Batman related. This is Detective Comics 675. Kind of the chromium type cover. McFarlane made a figure of this version of Batman, but it was like a gold label Walmart exclusive. I never could find it. But there's other versions of this figure that are cheaper. I think I maybe can track down and get in the collection. But love this cover, man. Here's Detective Comics 700. If I remember right, this was a Ra's al Ghul story. And this is like a special edition case. It's opened up here, but it's weird. It opens up like a folder or something. And the comic is inside of it. Yeah, okay. Ra's al Ghul's on the cover of it. But this is one that I had back in the day that I ended up having to sell, but I was able to add it back to the collection a couple of years ago. I think it was only like, I think I got it for like $4 or something. It wasn't bad at all. Here's another one that my buddy Simon sent me from Australia. It's Batman the Detective issue 1, and he got it signed by Tom Taylor while he was at one of his cons that he was doing an interview with. So that was pretty cool. And it actually says to Super Russ 9000, and then Tom Taylor's signature, and Simon drew a Super Russ on the back of it. I think this is when I had blonde hair, so that is accurate. In 2020, I had a bit of a midlife crisis, and I couldn't afford a Corvette, so I dyed my hair blonde. Here we have, I can't remember what issue. This is the Dollar Comics reprint of the first appearance of Harley Quinn. And I think, I want to say Batman Adventures 12 is where this was reprinted from. Oh yeah, it's actually got a number 12 on it right there. I'm blind, I didn't see it. So this is a reprint of Batman Adventures 12, the first appearance of Harley Quinn. Here's Batman Adventures issue 19, cool scarecrow cover. Batman Adventures, I'm pretty sure is what got me into the Batman comics back in the day. Because I remember watching that a lot. But I wasn't buying the comics yet. I didn't start buying the comics until '93. Here's Batman and Robin Adventures issue 2 with Two-Face on it. Pretty appropriate, issue 2, starring Two-Face. But I want to get more of the Batman Adventure comics, particularly issue 25, because it's got Superman on the cover with Batman. All right, now we're getting, that was the end of Batman. We're going into the Flash now. This is the Flash issue 130 from the Silver Age. This is currently my oldest issue of Flash. Here's one I picked up a few years ago on eBay. This is another Silver Age book, The Flash issue 165, and it's the wedding of Barry Allen and Iris West. Really cool issue. This is another one that I scored just a great deal on eBay. It was only like $4 or $5 or something, and it's in great condition, man. The dollar comic even has the same colors as the original. That's why I like it. It wasn't a full facsimile, but it still had the same cover. Here's the Flash issue 186, some more Silver Age goodness. Great cover on this one. Right, now we're getting into the Wally West run. The Flash issue 1. This was the reboot after Crisis on Infinite Earths. And I've got maybe the first 20 issues or so of the Wally West run. Here's issue 2. Issue 3. And again, by the time I started reading comics, Wally was already the Flash. Barry didn't come back until later. But I knew of Barry Allen from the Flash TV series with John Wesley Shipp back in the day. Here's issue 4. Let's see, I've got doubles of issue 5. Both of them the direct editions. And I've got doubles of issue 6. All right, this one doesn't have a barcode, so I'm guessing this is direct edition, and this one is a newsstand. Here's issue 7. Kind of like the Kyle Reiner situation. I like Barry Allen as Flash, but I prefer Wally West as Flash, just because he was Flash when I started reading the comics. Here's issue 8. Slide these so they don't all fall over. Here's issue 9. Here, keep all those books together. I've got doubles of issue 10. I didn't realize I had so many doubles in this run. Probably because I bought the whole lot from issue 1 to like issue 20 something off eBay a few years ago. Here's issue 11. And I already had like a few issues here and there. But I wanted to get a complete run of the first 2 issues. Here's issue 12. Here's issue 13, Vandal Savage. That's another cool character that don't really get a lot of love in TV or comics. Here's issue 14, some more Vandal Savage. I think the Legends of Tomorrow show, the first season, might have had, I think it was season 1 that had Vandal Savage in it. Here's issue 15. '16. Here's issue 17. Like Flash passed out there. Night of partying too hard. Here's issue 18. And this is another one of those things, for whatever reason, they decided to change the trade dress. Again, there's issue, for comparison, issue 17, and then issue 18. They changed the trade dress on it. And it really bothers my OCD in these runs when they do that. Like, why? Because in the very next issue, they went back to the actual original trade dress in issue 19. So issue 18 just kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. That really bothers me when stuff like that don't like match. It's just an OCD thing, I guess. Here's issue 20. Wally looks like he needs a fix really bad. Issue 21. Issue 22. And annual 1 and 2 from that run. So it's 22 issues and 2 annuals in that lot. It jumps all the way to the Flash issue 45 here. Gorilla Grodd in the house. Then it jumps to issue 84. Love this cover. I don't know what it is about this cover, but it's really cool. And I missed the issue that introduced Impulse, Bart Allen. I can't remember what issue that was right off of hand. I know it was between this one and this one, issue 99. Maybe issue 92 or 89. One of those is the first appearance of Impulse. I need to get that one in my collection soon. I also don't have Flash issue 100. That's another one I need to. Oh, wait a minute. I do have Flash issue 100. Where'd this come from? I don't remember ever finding it. A Flash issue 100. I thought I still needed that. I guess it's been a while since I looked through my book because I totally forgot. I totally forgot this one was in my collection. I thought for sure that was one I still needed. Ah, Superman popped up in this one. Nice. I remember when they did the issue 100s, they had that same cover, the same style of cover for all the issues 100s. Wonder Woman, Superman had one. I think Green Lantern had one too. That same cover style. Here's the Flash issue 108. This one, I'm pretty sure this came from Bake the Snake. I haven't seen him online in forever. Here's the Flash issue 135. And this is actually a part of a connecting cover. I don't have the other two covers. I can't remember the issue numbers, but one is a Green Lantern and one is a Green Arrow. And all three of these connect. But this is the only one I have so far in the collection. Oh yeah, it says right there, Green Lantern and Green Arrow guest starring. So those are the other two issues that connect to this. I got the Flash issue 138. And to finish off this box, I have the Flash issue 235. Not bad. Got that in under an hour. And that is it for episode 6 of going through my comic book collection. Let's see. The next episode, I'll probably go ahead and do this last box over here on top of the CGC box because that has some more DC in it and also some indie books. And then after that, the rest is all Marvel except for the CGC box and all the books I have in top loaders on the bottom shelf of the brown bookcase here. So yeah, next week or one day next week will be this box, which is some indie and DC, and then I'll go over to all the Marvel comics. Yo, Ranger, what's going on, man? Popped in right at the end, brother. That's all right, man. No worries. I appreciate everybody that hung out in the chat and everybody that catches it on the replay. I will catch you guys in a few days with the Indie and DC box. Peace and keep it 9,000.